Hey everybody, it's your bow jono again, and today we're going to be looking over the materials for building my Coilgun. And the reason why I'm building a Coilgun is because I realized that air guns are not really that efficient, or the one I was going to build, it wouldn't really work that well, and I wouldn't even be able to shoot stuff really good, like stick it in cardboard or anything. So yeah, we're going to build a Coilgun, and the way we're going to do that is we're going to take these 18 gauge coil, right, and as you can see here from Amazon, and I'm going to coil that around some plastic straws. And you may wonder, why would you want to use a plastic straw? Well, it's because it's very thin and it's not metal, so it won't create eddy currents, right? And so that way it'll be more efficient, and we'll be able to get the most power from the coils to accelerating a projectile. So yeah, and the way we're going to power this thing, we're going to use two 22.2 volt 100 or 1000 milliamp hour LiPo batteries. These are 6 cell, and I'm also going to buy a charger for these. So yeah, these should give a total of 44 volts, I guess. Yeah, 44 volts, and they're rated for 70C, right? So that I think. Let me think what that is. That's like 140 amps at 100, yeah. Because if it's 1000 milliamps, then that'd be 140 amps. So yeah, then total, that's their max charge, I think. I don't know. But yeah, these are pretty strong batteries, and so they'll be able to put out a lot of current and a lot of voltage. So I should be able to push some metal projectiles pretty far. So yeah, but the only problem about coil guns, right, and why they're a lot harder to build than rail guns or something like that, is that you have to turn off the coils right as the projectile reaches the the middle of the coil. And the reason you have to do that is because the coils basically pull on the projectile, and of course you need to turn that pull off once you once it passes that certain point. Just like a slingshot. Like if you have a slingshot, right? But think about it, like your projectile is glued to the slingshot, right? And you need to unlatch, unlatch the projectile from the slingshot at the certain point, right? So before the bow handle. So when it's like at its least. Well, anyway. When I need to turn off the coils, and the way I'm going to do that is I'm going to have infrared sensors, as you can see here. So these are like the cheapest. These are some of the cheaper infrared sensors out there that give out less than 1.5 volts. And the reason I want less than 1.5 volts from the receiver is because to power these, I think they're thyristors. Yep, thyristors. So a thyristor is kind of like a transistor or a MOSFET or an IGBT. I'm just using them. I could make a whole video about them, but I don't know all that much about them. I'm just using these because, I mean, it looks like they'll work with the amount of ampage I want for the batteries, and it also looks like they'll work for the amount of voltage. Now, as you can see on these thyristors, the voltage is a bit higher than I want. It's because I couldn't find anything with a low voltage and high ampage like I would actually need for the batteries. So I'll just go with this, as just a bit more rating is not a big deal. I mean, it's actually better. It gives me more safety. And these might fry actually. So I'm going to use 5 of them for 5 coils. I'm going to have a multi-stage coil set up. That way I can get a lot of energy out of just 20 or I guess 42 volts, or no, 44 volts. But yeah, so this is my setup, and of course it's going to be the projectiles. It's going to be fully automatic, I want to plan, and that's why I'm using batteries instead of capacitors, because a lot of people would use capacitors for this kind of setup. But the reason I'm using batteries, as I said before, it's because I want it to be fully automatic, and I think that'd be pretty cool to have a fully automatic coil gun. I've seen a couple online. But when I say a couple, I mean actually I've only seen 2. So yeah, this is kind of ambitious for me. But it will actually cost less. Starting this from new will cost less than if I were to continue with my airgun project and actually make it so it could shoot like projectiles, like metal projectiles, at even close to this speed. So yeah, I'll make a video about me testing it, but yeah, this is just me ordering the parts. So yeah, thanks for watching everybody, and bye.